Alright guys, we're going to do some disc dyeing for y'all. I've done some disc dyeing before. It's been about 3 years ago. She's never got to dye a disc yet, so she wants to. So I'm going to see if I can't teach her, and y'all can watch along and see if you can learn something too. Okay guys, here's the 2 discs that we're going to be dyeing. She's got her Hades. This is a P2 by Discmania. Here's the things you'll need to get started. We like to use pie plates. So just have something to hold the shaving cream before we put the dye on top of it. Then you'll need some shaving cream. The foaming kind works pretty good. And then some just RIT dye. We're going to put the shaving cream in the pie pans, and then we'll show you what it looks like when we get done. Okay, I showed her how to do it. There's the one that I've already got done. Now she's going to see if she can show y'all what she's learned.
So whenever he showed me, he said to start in the middle of the pan and then like start here, then go to the outside and then come inward. Let's see if I can get the shaving cream to cooperate.
She's got to fill in all those gaps.
My can's giving out. It's full, but my can's giving out. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can make the process a little faster. That can's starting to give out. It still has a lot in it.
This leaking shaving cream is going to drop on the table.
That's okay. I'll have to clean after anyway. Okay. Oh yeah, there we
Whoa.
go.
Don't forget you gotta take your spatula and flatten it down. Put just a little teeny tiny bit of water in there.
So we just found some random spatulas that we had here at the house, and we got a water bottle and we filled it up with some water and I poked a hole in it. And he said just to take a little bit of this and just...
That's probably enough.
Okay.
The water just makes it kind of smooth out and keeps it from being so fluffy.
If we end up dyeing any more discs, I'll try it with conditioner the next time, and we could show y'all how to do...
Conditioner dyeing is my favorite way of dyeing disc. By the way, I'm sorry for my voice. I'm still sick.
And I'm starting to get whatever he has,
So.
My little tongue all focuses. Okay.
You just want to make sure you don't have like a bunch of bubbles or lines or anything in it. So it's pretty much just smooth and flat all the way around. Hers is looking really good.
Okay. So then, now...
Alright, we're going to get set up for the next step, which will be the actual adding the dye part. When we get set up, we'll be right back. Okay, I showed her how to add the color. She's going to go ahead and put the P2 in the pan, and then she's going to teach y'all how to do it.
I just took my thumbs, put it in the rim, and then just sit it down in there flat. Do I need to push it down a little bit? Or
Just a little bit of pressure. That'll work.
Okay. And then
I'm going to just make sure we don't have no bubbles, so it adheres to the dye a little better. Now we just gotta let it sit for 24 to 30 hours, and we'll see how it turns out.
So with mine,
I'm gonna go ahead and move this one, and then we'll get back to filming. Okay, got the disc moved.
Alrighty. So we just found a random little squirt bottle that we could like put in here and suck the dye up. So we have blue, red, and black. So for my green Hades, I have a watermelon bag. So I've been trying to incorporate like a lot of red and green discs in my bag. And I wanted to put some red on that one. So I'm going to take some red and I'm going to take a little bit of like maybe the green or the blue. Probably the black. The green or blue? Where did green come from? The blue or the black in there somewhere. But something else that we forgot to mention, make sure that you wash all your discs really good, because you don't want any like oils from your hands touching or anything, or it can make the dye not adhere to it. So I'm going to take this little bottle that we have emptied out, and I'm going to take and I'm going to suck up some of the red, and then I'm going to take and I'm just going to start doing some little dots. And as you're doing it, they'll like, your dots will like mesh into each other a little bit. So just think about that when you're doing your dots. And this process takes a hot minute. I mean, you can obviously like go crazy with whatever designs like that your imagination can think of. Like you could go through here and like do some lines, and like you could take and we cut an end of a Q-tip off and like just to take and like swirl it through. I'll show you that in a minute once I get done with all my dots.
Alrighty, while she's still applying the red dots, we are going to wait and come back as soon as she chooses another color.
Okay, so I still, like I've put all the red dots in there that I want as of right now. And I still have a little bit of red dye in here, so I'm just going to take and like squirt it back into the lid that we poured the dye into. And it's fine if you have like a little bit of the dye in there as long as your colors aren't too different. Like with black, it's not going to make a difference. But just squeeze in there, give me some of my black, and just go through. And I'm going to add some black dots in here. I want my disc to prominently have like this red color in it, so I'm not going to add too much black, just so that I can go along with like the theme of like the watermelon like I'm trying to do with my bag. I got a little bit of shaving cream on the end of it, but I guess that'll be okay. I'm actually going to take and squirt out some of my black, and I'm going to get a little bit of my red. And I am going to drip it like right in between them, just to like bleed them together a little bit, just to make sure I don't get, almost mixed them, just to make sure I don't get too much of the black in there. Get some around like the rim. I'm going to do a little bit more on this corner, and then I will take my Q-tip and I'll show you what I mean by like swirling them together. And then if I don't like the way it looks, like whenever I swirl it, I can go back in and add whatever colors I want. So I'm going to go and I'm going to grab like a little bit of my red, and I'm going to try not to like dig my Q-tip down into it. I'm going to just like slightly go across the top and just do some of the swirls in it, just grabbing some of my red and pulling it in. I'm going to do like some different types of lines, not just only swirls. I'm actually going to go in right in here, and I'm going to try to lighten up some of this black because it's like too black for what I'm wanting. And I'm going to grab some of my red. I'm just going to like, it looks more, I don't have anything to pour this into. I'm making a mess. That's another thing with this project.
Good thing the carpet's black.
Yeah, good thing carpet's black. It'll be okay. I actually got up earlier to run and grab some paper towels, and I ended up spilling the blue dye. And I hurried up and I wiped it off of the table, and the table looks fine. I don't think it's gonna dye, so.
But be careful if y'all have stuff that you don't want to dye, because it will dye about anything.
Yeah, and you're not gonna get it out. Most likely. Unless you got some special type of stain remover that we don't know about. But just like I said, go through. Try to have a little bit of a light hand. Just make sure you're grabbing the color. You're not grabbing a bunch of your, almost called it whipped cream. Don't try to grab too much of your shaving cream. Just kind of try to leave the shaving cream flat underneath it.
Alrighty, when she gets done, we'll show you the finishing product.
Okay, I'm doing just some last little swirls just to finish off making it look how I want it to look. I just went in as I was going through, and I'll be like, okay, well, I want some red here, I want some black there, and I was just doing that. And then now, this is what it looks like. Just the swirls. And then now, I'm going to grab my disc. Well, he handed it to me. And then, just like we did with the other one, I'm going to hold it right here in the rim. The other one was a little bit easier because the rim was a little bit thicker because it was more of a...
Some putter.
More of like a putter.
This is a high-speed driver.
And then, I'm just going to go at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to set it down in the dye. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of like even pressure if I can. And then just make sure it's pushed down in there a little bit. Okay. And then over the time that it sits there, the 24 to 30 hours that it sits there, it'll like sink down into it. So it's going to make a little bit more of like a mess. So wherever you sit it at, I would put like a towel or like some paper towels under it. And make sure the spot that you sit it in, you don't have to like repeatedly move it. Like leave it as still as you possibly can. And then come back 30 hours. And then we'll show you whenever like we wait between 24 to 30 hours. And we'll come back, we'll show you. And you'll see what the disc looks like. Alrighty. My disc has changed a little bit from the last clips we took. But I took some of the red dye and I just put it on the back of it just so that it would have some red on the back. And then there's his. We're going to get us filming them, taking them out. We're going to wash them off, and then we'll let y'all see what the discs look like.
Alrighty, she got a little excited and went ahead and pulled hers up before I could start filming. There's mine. We're going to go rinse them off and then show y'all what they look like.
Whenever I dyed it, you know how you've seen like the red? That right there is what it ended up looking like. Then there's the front of the Hades. Okay, sorry about the shower, guys. He's getting ready for work. But here is the discs. There's my Hades, and then there's his P2. Is that what you said it was? Okay. Okay. Let us know in the comments if you want to see us try to dye them with conditioner instead of shaving cream. And I actually have a putter that I got the other day for a video. And I'm going to try to dye the entire disc red. So you guys will have to stay tuned for a video like that. If that's what you want, you can comment below and tell us. And then, like I said, you can tell us if you want us to use a conditioner to try to dye them with. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.